This is She Creates Business, a podcast for wedding pros. Your host, Kinsey Roberts, interviews incredible women in the wedding industry who are making their mark and creating success on their terms. Join the conversation.
Well, hey there and happy Tuesday. Welcome to She Creates Business, a podcast for wedding pros. This is your host, Kinsey Roberts. Thank you so much for being here today. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Really appreciate you tuning in. I am back with another Tip Tuesday. Today, I'm going to take you through an ad I have set up and running on Facebook right now for Vista events. And I'm going to take you through what those results of the ad have been. As of recording this, the ad has been running for 7 solid days. So I thought it was a good time to share what the results have been, in addition to exactly how I set it up. And I'm going to share how I initially set it up and then what I later learned from Rick Mulready's podcast and how I switched up my setup about 24 hours later. So we'll get into all of that starting now. The first thing I want to tell you is that this is an opt-in ad. I am using the vendor meeting workbook from the opt-in shop, which is 93 pages, as the opt-in for this ad. And I'll tell you a couple of things about that in a second, but just so you know, that's what this is. So I initially set this up as a campaign that has 2 ads running inside the campaign and inside the ad set. I know that that all seems kind of confusing, but all you need to know is basically I was A/B testing 2 different pictures essentially inside the same campaign in Facebook, which I found out on Rick Mulready's podcast is kind of a no-no, because what he has found out is that Facebook will automatically basically pick a winner from your 2 ads if you put them inside the same campaign and the same ad set. And it doesn't matter if the second ad that isn't doing as well is still a good ad. Facebook kind of automatically picks their favorite child, and then the second ad won't ever run well, even if it's a great ad. So his advice is not to do that actually. So don't A/B test inside the same campaign or inside the same ad set. Only put 1 ad in each ad set. So I started with 2 ads, and I'll tell you exactly how they are set up. So they are both the exact same verbiage. They are both marketing the vendor meeting workbook as a free opt-in for brides, for couples. But one of them is a video that I created it's like a slideshow video essentially with music and words that come up on the screen. It's a 30-second video. And the other one is just a static image. It's a static image opt-in with our brand colors and a photo from a style shoot that we did in the past. Now, the static image Facebook ad is the one that Facebook essentially didn't pick as its favorite, so it wasn't performing as well, so that is the one that I turned off. The one that is running now is the one with the video. And I'll tell you my exact target of these ads. Let me click edit here. I'm doing this live on my computer, so just want to click edit to make sure I get the exact targeting for you. So I am targeting women from 22 to 35 who've been engaged in the last 3 months in Colorado and Wyoming. Wyoming is a neighboring state, and I chose to target a neighboring state because I've been contacted previously from people who live in Wyoming, I've been contacted previously from women who live in Wyoming who want to get married here, and I actually have 2 brides already in 2018 who are booked who both live in Wyoming. So that's why I chose to do that. You may or may not choose to do that depending on how close your neighboring state is and if it's actually relevant. But it was relevant for me. And then the final thing is, okay, so they make a certain amount of money, and I'm targeting, let's see, they like Martha Stewart weddings. So 22 to 35, females only, engaged in the last 3 months, make a certain amount of money, which you can target on Facebook, and they like Martha Stewart weddings in Colorado and Wyoming only. So that's a really, really deep target and a really, really niched target. I'm not trying to target all brides in America who are engaged in the last 3 months. And my video is 5 reasons you should get married in the mountains. We are, of course, located in the mountains of Colorado. And so it's just a really cute 30-second video that I made with 5 reasons that come up on the slides of why brides should get married in the mountains. It's not directly like you should get married at Vista events, but of course, the photos of our venue, right? So the verbiage is, there's so many reasons to get married in the mountains. It was tough narrowing down this list to 5. Congrats on your engagement. pretty simple, right? So I'm not trying to say, hey, book with us, buy our venue, come here. I'm just saying we're excited for you. We love the mountains too. And then the headline next to the action button on the Facebook ad is, while you're here, grab your free workbook below. Don't let me forget to tell you about that in a second. And then there's the download button. And this ad goes to a landing page that I created. And so that's what the ad says. That's what it looks like. I know you can't see the video, but let me talk to you about the results. So far in a week, it has 33 link clicks. It has 1,850 impressions. And so according to Facebook, impressions means the number of times your ads were seen on the screen. And the cost per click I'm really proud of at the moment is only 87 cents. So I'm paying 87 cents per click. In 7 days, I've spent $28.72. And it has, what I can see here is the percentage of the video that people watch. So I told you it's a 30-second video. And according to Facebook right now, people are watching 17.14% of the video. So they're not watching the whole thing. They're not even watching half of it. Interesting metric for me to keep in mind. They're only watching about 17% of the video. So I need to figure out why, right? So that is the ad that's currently running. Now, the other vendor meeting workbook ad that I chose to turn off because I set it up incorrectly. Rick Mulready doesn't think you should do that. So what that said was it actually had different text and a different photo. So I was testing two different things. It says, "Hooray, you're engaged. This free workbook was created just for you. 93 pages, every question you should be asking your wedding vendors before," and that's all caps, "you book. Results equal happy couples with an amazing vendor team. Don't miss it. Click below to download." And that is the one that wasn't performing as well. So like Rick Mulready says, that ad may be great. I just need to pull it out of this ad set and run it by itself. But before I turned that off, and I turned it off in 3 or 4 days after I started, almost immediately, maybe 2 days or 1 day, I can't remember. But the ad got 3 clicks. It got 955 impressions. I paid $2.45 per click for that ad. And I don't have any other metrics on it because I turned it off too soon. So it was getting a lot of impressions. And I think that has a lot to do with how deep my targeting went and how specific my targeting was. But again, not nearly as many link clicks as the video. So a couple of things to note on this Facebook ad. I'm going to let it run for 2 weeks. So I have another 7 days to let it run before I make any changes. And I don't know if I'll be able to last that long, to be honest. I might make changes really soon, as in today or tomorrow, because as the ad runs, I see a lot of things that are not really that great about the ad. So the first thing that is not really that great about the ad is my message isn't really aligned with the opt-in. So the opt-in is the vendor meeting workbook that's for sale in the opt-in shop, right? And I think that is an amazing opt-in. I think it's great. However, my video, 5 Reasons to Get Married in the Mountains, doesn't really align with that workbook. You know what I mean? It doesn't really, if I'm watching a video about 5 reasons I should get married in the mountains, I'm not then thinking, oh, gee, I want to learn more about getting married in the mountains. That equals meeting vendors. You know what I mean? So I have a mismatch on my message and what my ad actually is. And I can see that already. And so I need to work on that. I either need to change what the opt-in is, or I need to change the video on the ad. So I'm thinking I'll change the opt-in. I'm going to change it to something else that's more related to maybe planning your wedding in the mountains. See what I'm saying? The other thing that I want to potentially change is the landing page. The landing page I created on my Squarespace site, and it's just a landing page. It just has the information, like here's everything that's included in the opt-in that you're going to grab, enter your email here. That landing page has not been converting very well at all. I think it's only converting at 5%. That's not great. It's fairly average for a conversion rate, but it kind of stinks, right? And so in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, well, I wonder if I need to make this actually a blog post like I've done with my 50 plus opt-ins for wedding professionals that's on the She Creates business site. There's a list of 30 of those opt-ins in a blog post, and then you just need to opt in for the rest. So I'm thinking that I might create a landing page. I might actually just send this ad instead of sending them to a landing page. I'm going to send them to a blog post that I write that maybe goes through meeting with a venue, because that's aligned with the vendor type that I am. Give them the venue sheet without opting in, free on the blog post, and then say, hey, if you want to enter your first name and your email here, you can get the rest of this vendor meeting workbook. So those are the couple of changes that I'm thinking about making. Now, the other thing that I was chatting with Katie about this, my sister-in-law, she co-owns Vista events with me. I was kind of just tossing back and forth with her, and I was chatting with my mastermind about this as well, is the actual name of that opt-in vendor meeting workbook. Now, you and I are in the online business space, right? We operate a business online in some capacity, and we hear all of the verbiage. And so the word workbook makes sense to us. But I'm thinking that word doesn't actually make too much sense to a bride. Why would she call something a workbook? What is a bride or what do a couple call the thing they use to plan their wedding? A wedding planner. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is. It's a wedding planner. The first thing everybody goes to get when they get engaged is a wedding planner. And so I'm thinking of actually changing the name of that opt-in, not just for myself, but inside the opt-in shop too, to something like vendor selection workbook, or wedding planner, subtitle vendor selection. I actually like that better, I think. Yeah, like wedding planner and then subtitle vendor selection or a vendor selection workbook. I really want to drop workbook altogether because our couples don't talk that way. They're not saying workbook, they're saying my wedding planner. So anyway, that is what I have going on right now with the most recent Facebook ad that I am running. I've been pretty happy with the reach, not super happy with the conversion rate on the landing page. So that's probably what I'm going to change first. I don't want to change too many things because then I don't know what I changed that might make the ad perform better. But I think if I had to pick two things to change, I'm definitely probably going to change the landing page and make it a blog post that the ad goes to. And I'm going to align the opt-in with the video. So I might actually start running a second ad then. So I can do the opt-in for the vendor meeting workbook because I think that's really valuable. That is a peek inside my brain, everybody. That's how it works. So hope that was really helpful. I really like to show you guys exactly what I'm testing so that you can see what I'm doing, how it's working, and what's happening within the ad. So really appreciate you tuning in today. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm totally not a Facebook ads expert, but I do like to dig in and find answers, and I can certainly point you in the right direction, or at least find somebody who can help you or information that can help you. Thanks so much for listening today. If y'all have any questions, let me know. And if you are wondering, hey, I would love to get my hands on some opt-ins that I don't have to create myself, that is exactly why I created the opt-in shop. You can find that over on my website, shecreatesbusinesspodcast.com/shop. And there I have multiple opt-in and content upgrades for you to plug and play into your business, into your website. They come in 4 colors. And hopefully one fits your brand. And I've gotten amazing feedback so far. Thank you, everybody who has purchased them. And let me know if y'all have any questions. Okay, hope you have a good day. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to She Creates Business. Please take a minute and head to iTunes to leave an honest review so we can help more wedding pros find the show.